नमस्कार दोस्तों, as we are going to study public administration, and I had already told you that we have already started our fresh batch of public administration in English medium, and today we have already concluded some of the topics and given introduction of the public administration. Moving further, we will study today the discipline of a public administration, what is this particular discipline means, and what is its meaning, scope and significance of public administration. Public administration is an activity, we can say it is an ancient activity of the state, it is an ancient activity of a state. When you write what is a public administration, you can put this point that it is an ancient activities. As we have discussed in our introduction that how this public administration has been evolved from ancient activity. On that basis, we can say that this particular subject is an ancient activity. From oldest available document, the Rig Veda, when the emperor ruled their respective kingdom through the divine rule. The doctrine of this divine rule, that is the king is the superior, whatever the king is going to be order to the public, they have to follow that. This is called the divine rule. Till the present time, the divine rule which was followed by the king until that present time, whatever may be the study of administration, it will be an act of administration. That is why I have told you that public administration is an ancient activity. In the present time, we see various terms like socialist, democratic, welfare state, socialist state, democratic state, welfare state, where public administration remain to fly wheel of governmental activities. We will have discussed about this socialist state, welfare state, domestic state in our political class, and we already know that public administration and political science both are interlinked. Therefore, we have to study this. What we have discussed today, that public administration is an ancient activities from the divine rule of the king till the present time. Whatever may be the administrative activity has been followed, all that activities are the governmental activities. We take an example of a Kautilya Arthashastra, or we can take example of Aristotle politics, and take more example of The Prince written by Machiavelli, where an extensive treatise on administration have been done. In his book Arthashastra, Kautilya had described about the administrative process. The book Arthashastra is not on only administration, it deals with the economics also, sociology also, history also, but in administration Kautilya has given how the king is going to perform their duties. when we will study in public administration Kautil as a thinker, we will read out the Saptang theory of Kautil. What is Saptang theory of? Saptang, that is the administration has a 7 part, Saptang, Satang. We will study that. In his book Politics, Aristotle have described about the state, what are the power of a state, what are the function of a state, what is the duty of a state, modern state as well as ancient state. Though Aristotle has defined the modern state in his own concept, in his own context, because at that time such type of modernity which is in present time was not possible. Even though those concepts are relevant in these times also. Sometimes the UPSC has asked many questions, the concepts and the theories given by the political thinkers of the ancient times, how that particular political theories are relevant in today's time. When we study the comparative part of the public administration with the olden administration, or we can say that when we study comparative politics, then we will deal these particular things. We can say that public administration as a discipline of study is a very recent origin, because in earlier time administration and politics both are combined together. When there was a phase in public administration that the thinkers have decided to separate public administration from political science. This is called public administration and political dichotomy. That means politics and administration should be separately different. Political activities are not going to involve in the administrative activities, and the administration is not going to interfere in the politics. We will study that there were many phases, 5 phases, 5 stage of public administration, where public administration has gone into different types of challenge for gaining its own status. The credit for this discipline, that means the credit of public administration growth, may be safely attributed to the United States universities, because this concept of public administration has been to separate administration from politics has been given by Woodrow Wilson. As Wilson was the president of United States of America, he has got the time to study about the administrative activities and the political activities, how politics is going to be differ from administration. In his book, or we can say that in his article, The Science of Administration, he has described about the administrative activities and how that particular administrative activity is going to be differ from political science. You will read all these things. What I was telling? All these things of public administration, it goes to the credit goes to the United States of America's universities. All the universities have been done these things. All the concept of administration were developed in the first world countries, followed by the second world countries, and it were implemented on the third world countries. That means made by the policies made by the first world countries, like who were the developed countries like Americas. They had started separating the administration and politics. Sometimes they mix the administration and politics. Various types of things happening, various stages of public administration happens. Problem were there. The third world countries were confused which concept we have to follow. But basically knowledge continues to flow from socio-economic research to the third world country. We can say that with the erosion of the divine rule or divine right theory came to realization of the amount of wealth and power, the amount of wealth and power as a status of public administration. Public administration become a device to share these spoil system of political activities. That means you are not able to understand. It says that, I want to say that it become an instrument of a spoil system of politics in Western countries. Politics is spoiling the public administration because all rules and regulations were made in politics. Public administration, it was an administrative part of the government. Being in administrative part of government, it was have to take the decision which was passed by the political leaders or the political science society. As we say that the spoil system of political science was also spoiling the public administration because both of them were interlinking. These are the some of the important things in the public administration, but when we will see the first Monroe book conference in 1968, then we will say, see that there were some steps were made for the public administration that it should be separated from political science. But even though public administration and political science cannot be separated, we have to, we can say that it is a part of political science, public administration. Without political science, no administration activities is going to be done, and without administration activities, no political science concept is going to, no polity is going to be done. Public administration has grown out of human activities, of administrative activities, we can say that. We can say that the face of the public administration, which the new, with the new demand of the globalizing era, where the globalization, liberalization and privatization has affected public administration lot more, but public administration has changed its nature according to the time. We will study this, how. The word public and administration evokes a lot of differential problems and to the first world war countries. Not only this, public administration is also having viewed in different views. Its integral view and managerial view also has a lot of things to do. In managerial view, we have seen the concept of post-corp given by Luther Gulick and Urwick. it says about planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordination, reporting and budgeting. It is a very good concept given by Luther Gulick and Urvik, that before doing any work or performing any administrative activity, we should follow this particular concept. As we see that there are more of